So look, we were talking about this before, and I said, you know, how in the world, of all the major studios, you have Netflix having all of these films coming out every single week like clockwork, you know? So, you know, PD, of course, was like, you know, it just worked out. Netflix says, no, they have so much stuff in the pipeline. But so does Disney. But so does
Warner Brothers. Is backed up.
No, but the problem is I guess they're using a different formula on how they go about doing their films. By the time they start announcing them, I guess the films are supposed to finish, you know? And it's completely weird that only they, I mean, literally, you watch TV right now, there's like really nothing new. Everything is old, everything. And you're like, when Netflix comes out they come out with series, brand new series, they come out with brand new movies, and some of them are pretty good quality too. Right, Cal?
Some of them. I mean, some of the stuff I've seen is kind of like Netflix is like, hey, we got you now. You're our bitch. They're not even ending the first season. The first season is ending like we know you'll be back. We know you're coming back because you got no place else to go.
That is so true. And then you have like Disney Plus.
That was Warrior Nun. That was Cursed. All these others, they're not even trying to end them anymore. They're just like, hey, look, let's just let it roll.
I'm watching Indian Matchmaker, which is crazy. It's funny as heck.
Watching that?
My wife you're watching Indian Matchmaker?
It's crazy, yo.
My wife wasn't with it. She was watching it, but she was kind of like...
We are just having, it's like the best comedy out there. It's good, you know what I'm trying to say? I think I may have to do that for some people in my family, you know, but it's funny as heck.
Matchmaking or...
The show, yeah, Indian Matchmaker. I'm just saying that Netflix is coming out with some stuff and they're doing pretty well. They're trending pretty high. You have other new stations like Disney Plus. With Disney, you have Marvel, you have the Disney stuff, you have the Lucas stuff. They're not coming out with much product, you know? It's, to me, just baffling. To this day, it's like, whatever the Netflix model is or whatever juice those guys are taking, the other guys need to either get on it or get off whatever they're doing because their models are not working out.
Yeah, but
Netflix
isn't it?
But Netflix is what they're doing.
Netflix isn't like a traditional studio, so a lot of that stuff is being freelanced out to other people. They're taking care of it, and Netflix is the platform where people are viewing it, as opposed to like the movie theater. So I know they're cutting out the middleman in some instances. But I mean, I knew they had a lot of stuff in the can. I just didn't know it was this much. And if they've got this much in the can, Disney's got to have a whole bunch of stuff. They're just like saying, we're going to wait. We're not putting any stuff out before we're going to put it out.
I mean, I think if it was me, if I was running Disney or one of the major studios, I'd say, all right, we got nothing in the can. I'm going to go to some of these film festivals and just start picking up anything that looks half good so we can throw it onto our channels and stuff like that. You know, there's so many film festivals, so many movies.
Yeah, that's what Netflix did.
But you know Disney's got stuff in the can. Disney's just waiting to put it out.
Disney has big stuff in the can. That's what the difference is. They have bigger bets. Even they take independent stuff, but they have bigger bets in the can. I'm like, dude, you need to have something. You know what I'm trying to say? You could do a movie and jazz it up with some special effects and, you know, whatever. Get some independent stuff and just do it. Netflix works on a model that's, they have a lot of money, so they can throw money on established actors and stuff like that. But they also know there's a cost to a lot of these things. They have to be able to deliver it not only in the United States, Europe, India, you know, throughout the world, basically. So they try to do it. Like the movie with Thor did bananas. It's like one of the top movies if it was a regular movie, would have done extremely well. You know, what was that? That was the Russo brothers. What was it called? Extraction, right? You know, some people in the United States did say it wasn't
production. That's the thing. There's a lot of movies out there where the producers of these people, and they're kind of they're saying, "Oh, this is a black woman director." Like, no, the production team is the sell. It's not an insult to these first-time or low-level directors, but Russo's a producer. They produced that Chad Boswick film, that thing that came out. They're producers. They're like putting their name behind stuff.
Which one? Message to the King?
No, the one with the blue.
Was it 10 Blacks or something like that?
Yeah. They closed down. It's 10 Bridges.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it. So basically, for the coronavirus, if the number one studio after the coronavirus is Netflix. Everybody else is just dead. You know what I'm trying to say? Disney Plus. So I liked Hamilton, so you know I've watched it a couple of times already. And they're starting to do X-Men stuff.
Was liberal bourgeoisie pablum. I would now I understand why so many people love that thing. I'm surprised as a conservative like me, Mario, that you enjoyed that. I'm really surprised, Mars. Really surprised.
Well, you know what? I looked at the book. I have the book that this is based on, and I thought it was a pretty interesting interpretation. It was not bad. It definitely left out a bunch of stuff, but I thought it was a good interpretation. This is entertainment. So one of the things Lin-Manuel Miranda did is that he wanted to push conventions. Can I do a book, a serious history book that's won the Pulitzer, that's humongous? You know, can I do some type? Can I also use rap? But they were saying no, you can't do both of these things. They also said you can't do, you know, rhyming, and you know, it can't be a diverse cast. It has to be. And what he tried to show, and it's a period. He didn't want to see anything about Hamilton in the first place. And he wanted to show that it could be done, and it was successful. So I have no problem with it. I have no compunctions. Did I enjoy it? Yes, so much. I enjoyed it so much. So I bought the songs, and I'm like, yeah. And if tickets ever get down to regular people amount, not the 2,300 or whatever, I'm gonna go see it at Broadway.
The songs are hot. No, let's just do that as far as the structure. As far as the musical, I mean, I saw, what was it? I mean, obviously there's a movie of Spirit of 76, but I saw that at the play, and it's like there's a lot of lulls, and doing song with storytelling, that's a hard thing to do. A lot of the backlash is saying you need to have this and that. It's like, where are you gonna put that in the rap? Like something like, just move on. It's just freaking, it's a musical. Like it's what, you know, like who's that thing? West Side Story. You're trying to keep it in story form and keep the narrative going.
There's hate. Let haters hate, bro, because that's what they want to do. You know, if you, like I've said before, if you think you can do a better job, don't you try it, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? I agree that sometimes you have to improve some stuff, and he did, but you know, of course, it wasn't as explicit as some people wanted. I understand that. To go and say let's ban Hamilton, give me a break, bro. Just jump off the cliff.
No, not banning Hamilton. I thought the songs, I only got to see half of it so far, because for whatever reason my computer with the audio was like horrible. Even boosted all the way up, it wasn't coming in too well. But you know, songs are good. You know, I can't say that type of stuff wasn't lively, but I'm also seeing why. I just looked and said, okay, I understand why this hit as big as it did. You know, that's not taking away from the quality in the book and everything of that nature, but yeah, I understand why it hit as big as it did.
Right, but you see also that he wanted to show that a diverse cast can do a great job and bring people in, you know, because you don't really see that. I mean, of course you see it like in some of the other plays they've had, you know, what's it called, Fences by August Miller, but August Wilson, and you know, you see he had a successful run in his plays, and there've been a couple of things like Color Purple. Some actors have had some vehicles they've used, such as Denzel Washington. But this was a unique, inventive thing that he did, and I thought the execution was great. And yeah, let's show that not anybody, but if you give everybody a chance, they can perform. Once you see the performance, you're like, wow, this is good. By the way, the second half to me had better songs. You know, I mean, not to knock the first half had some real good songs. Some of my favorite songs seem to be the second half of the thing. And you know, Disney wanted to make a movie out of this. You know, and they're like, I don't know if people are going to see it now because it's sort of like, man, of course they're going to go see it now. You know?
No, what I also realized is Hamilton made a stars out of a lot of people. Because there's a lot of people I'm looking at in the performance. I'm like, oh man, all these cats were in the original performance. All these guys went on to have, like, you know, all these guys are having careers now based on that turn in Hamilton.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I mean, Lin-Manuel Miranda got Mary Poppins, and he got Moana, and he got he's doing Little Mermaid for Disney. Basically, he got a Disney contract. But, yo, all thumbs up, bro. All thumbs up. I've been putting in my resume for years. Hasn't come through yet. You know, probably because you guys are holding me back, but you know.
No, you just can't sing.
Hey, I've been told I sing like one of the best people they've ever heard, like the angels themselves. Okay?
Oh well, so far the mouse has said no.
It just takes time, you know, like fine wine to get better.
Right.
Get
This is done. This is done. You're not gonna stop. You're just gonna keep tagging on something. Let's move on. Let's stop this.
You know
Say
what?
spinner
Spinner
rack
rack out,
Thank
and
you.
another spinner
Oh.
rack out. Okay.